Okay, I think that will do.
Okay.
Can I walk?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can walk out. Okay. So good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Welcome back from spring break.
Yes, sir.
How are you all doing? You all rejuvenated?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm really pleased and excited to... guys, have a question? Remember, if you use a cell phone, I mark you as absent. So final exam will be delivered next week. So turn it off, all your equipment. I'm really excited and delighted to introduce an interesting speaker today. The speaker is Senior Colonel Saranyu. Senior Colonel in the Thai military is equivalent to General Officer, Brigadier General in the US military. Colonel Saranyu is a defense attaché from the Thai embassy and holds many important posts within the Thai military and Thai government. And I'm very pleased and excited to introduce the speaker today. And I'm asking him to come in and talk a little bit about the organization of the Thai military and Thai military forces, which I think you'll find interesting as we'll discuss military forces of the United States in the following classes, and we'll compare both structures. Some of the interesting, I'll give you two facts about Thailand, and the speaker can at first tell me that it was all wrong. Thailand, I think, is one of the very few countries, I think globally Thailand is fairly not as significant as major powers as United States and perhaps a few others, but it's the only country that has never been conquered by any power ever, if I'm correct.
That's correct.
The Kingdom of Siam has never been a colony, and they've always had their military forces overcome any obstacle that have come in front of them, before them. And the second fact about Thailand, anybody has ever been to Thailand? All right. It is the nicest country, I think, in the world. I think the top. It's if you're Thai culture is that they're absolutely nice people without wanting anything from you, and so it's a very interesting. Highly recommend you going to Thailand. They'll welcome you with open arms. It's the most pleasing people, the most I don't know, pleasant people that you will ever meet, I believe, anywhere in the world. So I highly recommend you visiting Russia and then Thailand and see the comparison. Introduce Senior Colonel Saranyu.
Thank you, Doctor. In Thailand, that's how we show our appreciation. That's also how we say hi, we say goodbye, and we call this sawasdi. It's all in one, almost sawasdi. When you see, when you meet people, when you leave people. It is I'm very glad and thank you, Dr. Ivanov, to invite me over here to speak. I would like to keep myself active because on my usual schedule, I do not get to teach, do not get to do anything academic at all. Last time I gave a lecture was at Georgetown University School of Foreign Service, and you can be sure that they have nothing compared to this in terms of equipment. I still use my own notebook, and they have only like a small screen. Nothing compared to this. This is very interesting, and thank you for introducing me to this as well. A little bit about myself before I show you some movies. I in fact was born in North Dakota. Surprising, but I didn't get to learn much English because I was brought back and raised up in Thailand when I was like 3 months old. Didn't get to learn any English. The only thing I learned was how to cry in English, which was quite similar, I guess, in our culture. I then was growing up all the way in Thailand until I got a scholarship from the Thai Army when I was about 18, 19, and I got back here. The first place, I'm not sure if you can hear back there, all right? Okay. The first place I got back was at VMI, Virginia Military Institute. Also one of the most prominent military colleges in the US. there are some words saying if the Southern Army won the Civil War, VMI is West Point today, because they're the military school of the South. I'm not sure if the Citadel in South Carolina would agree with that, but certainly there are a few other colleges along with VMI, the Citadel in South Carolina, the Norwich in Vermont up north. They are also very good schools, and those are where we send Thai cadets to, and have many graduates from them. A few of us are graduates of West Point. I went to West Point after a year at VMI, and I did quite a bit at West Point, and had 2 degrees, both in engineering. I'm sorry, but I'm trying to adjust, because I thought engineering degrees don't get me too far in the military career. So I kind of switched my mode a little bit. Not after 2 master degrees though. I went after West Point with 2 degrees, civil and nuclear engineering degrees. With honor, and then I got right to Stanford. Got another degree in structural engineering. I learned how to build bridges, roads, buildings, and so on. That's what civil engineers do. It took me less than a year. So with the 2-year scholarship, I asked for another year at UCLA. So I did environmental engineering there for another year also. So, and then I went back to teach at the Thai Academy in Thailand for a few years, and then I went on to the Corps of Engineers, where I built buildings for military units, for the palaces, and so on. And during the time I went to another school, another doctorate degree in Thailand, Mahidol University. So I got my doctorate after 5.5 years. That took me too long, but still it was all worth the investment. It was probably one of the most worthful investments in my life. So I got my doctorate 10 years ago, up the ranks, since I was first pin on my first bar as second lieutenant. That's an 01. I was the last in the class to pin on because I kept repeating first years. Even before VMI, yes.
So this is in the United States or is it Thailand?
I went to a college in Thailand for 1 year. I went to the Thai Military Academy for 1 year. Then I got a scholarship. I went to VMI for a year. And then I went to West Point for 4 years.
Oh, okay.
So by the time I was a second year at West Point, my friends in college already have graduated. But it all worth the work and hard work and so on. So I was the last one to pin on my officer's ship, but I'm the first one to pin on my 07, equivalent to your 1-star general, and I am very pleased and very honored to do that. Along the way, I've been trying to keep my academic work ongoing. Here at the embassy, I also would go to the Pentagon to talk to our U.S. counterparts, up to only once to the Deputy Secretary of Defense. That was only once I get to talk to him personally. Many times to the Assistant Secretary of Defense, and many times with the Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense. So the ranks and positions are very confused in in the what do you call it, Pentagon and other organizations like the State Department and so on. I also go to functions with other foreign attachés, going to, in many cases, many times I would go to national days, but well, maybe not so in ASEAN, the 10 countries, I'm not sure if you are familiar with ASEAN, Association of Southeast Asia, ASEAN nations with 10 countries. Thailand is one of the 5 founding members. It started with 5 and it expanded to 10 at the moment. And we are a very active member there. So we are very close together. So I, as defense attaché, I get to go to a national. In fact, that's the embassy level. The ambassadors will get to go to that function. But since we are so close, I will get to go as well. At the embassy, I'm number 3. The top is the ambassador, of course. The second person in command is the DCM, the Deputy Chief of Mission, and I'm third in command. So when we line up 70 or so people at the embassy, I'll be number 3. So I get to go to other functions on that Armed Forces Day and Army days. Other Air Force, Navy Day, sometimes I get to go, but sometimes I do not, because we also have Navy Attaché and Air Attaché for Air Force. I am myself defense, pretty much the chief protocol, the chief of the all services, and also Army Attaché, so I go to those functions. I get to go around to SAIS, to Georgetown, to the Asia Foundation roundtables and so on. So I get to explore a little bit. While I think I am also doing my job, one of my jobs is to let other people know of Thailand the right way, and especially the Thai Armed Forces. A lot of people have been, I'm not sure how much you know about Thailand or even the Thai Armed Forces, but many times in the news we have very pessimistic view of the military, and that turns out to be the trend of anything military in the news. You see a coup there, this and that, here and there. So I am here, in fact, to explain. Last time at Georgetown I was explaining the dispute between Thailand and Cambodia over a border. So hopefully this will also help you understand Thailand a little bit better. So now, yes ma'am.
When you go to Thailand, what experience do you think one will get from going to Thailand?
Okay, that's a good question leading to my next presentation. Is the video. Thailand is a very nice, first a very nice place to visit to have a good time. We are center of many international organizations. We have UN entity there with ESCAP, the Education Commission and Social for Pacific region and so on. We also have good, very basic agricultural based economy. So if you are looking to invest in Thailand, that's another place to go. We have last time, 2 years ago, we had a big flood, and that stopped, I guess, more than half of the world production of the cities. And that's how we are. We produce a lot of things. We are the world top exporter of rice, especially jasmine rice, and other things, seafood like shrimp. Yeah, I'm not sure if I got too far, but I wonder if anyone has been to Thailand at all. Anyone any Thai student here?
I've been to Thailand.
Have you been to Thailand?
Yeah.
All right, and yeah, I was gonna say if more than half of the class have been to Thailand, I won't be showing this video. But I was reluctant to do this because it's a little bit long and could put you to sleep. But I thought I could always wake you up. So that would begin our my presentation, and it will be followed by the Thai Armed Forces, another presentation. And the last one will be PowerPoint presentation on the Thai Army. In fact, the Thai Armed Forces, the Thai military has many services like any other nation. Army, Navy, Air Force, and other components. But the Army in Thailand is the strongest, the most influential. So hopefully, only looking at the Thai Army will give you a very good idea on the rest as well. By this time, I guess you might not truly understand why Thailand and why the Thai Army. By the end of this presentation, I would like you to learn just a little bit. Perhaps just one or two takeaways. Is that one, you would learn of different countries. You will see a video of Thailand. You will learn about different countries' armed forces. In this case, Thailand, but it doesn't have to be limited to Thailand, because if you can imagine, if you can explore even further, if you can compare, if you can do a comparison to other countries, Thailand will be very similar to many ASEAN countries, like the Philippines, like Malaysia, and so on. But when you are doing something like this, another takeaway is you get to, if you sometimes want to know more about this issue, you know a person to go to. You have my card at the end of the class, and hopefully if you get to go to Thailand, want to know anything about Thailand, about the Thai Armed Forces, about the Thai Army, I'm the one to come to, and I'll leave you at that. I'm very pleased to pass on how I know. I'll keep myself balanced, because sometimes talking too much of my own profession could lead to a trouble. Thai Armed Forces have been inevitably involved with politics. If you are looking through Dr. Ivanov's recommended websites, sometimes you find Army involved with coups and this and that. So I can explain most I could, but sometimes I'll get stuck with some confidential information. I don't know that much of confidential, but once I was working for the Thai Army chief, who is the most influential person in Thailand. Believe it or not, he has more power than the Prime Minister at certain moments, because he could overthrow the government at times. That's typical in that region of the world. You might not you might be surprised, but so I was working for him as foreign affairs and also intelligence staff. I have some good information. Some I could release, and some I might have to die with me. So hopefully a presentation of Thailand that is almost it's like 19 minutes long. Hopefully by the end of the show you'll be with us still.
Yes.
Maybe you've heard of Thailand as a great place for vacation. Or maybe as a place where Thai food comes from. Or perhaps you've read about it as Asia's premier shopping paradise. Now we would like you to take a look at Thailand from a new perspective and to have a fresh view of its unique diversity and potential.
I just came back from Thailand talking at the National Security Council. I have good friends there. Maybe when they are
Like the rivers, streams, and waterways that nature combines and replenishes, Thailand is a dynamic blend of traditional cultures and modernization. Local Thai concepts have been enriched by ideas and modern technology from all over the world to create a successful, vibrant Thailand. The kingdom's culture, which stresses tolerance and an open-minded approach to new ideas, has helped Thai people to consolidate their strengths so that they are ready to grasp the opportunities and tackle the challenges of today's world. This openness continues in the Thai society of today, with its rich diversity and colorful cultures, religions, and traditions. And as Thailand has prospered over the past 700 years, the monarchy has played a pivotal role in supporting and guiding the kingdom's development. A new era in Thailand's political development began when the country became a democracy with a constitutional monarchy in 1932. Today, Thailand is firmly committed to participatory multi-party democracy. The government is working hard to help every segment of society to appreciate the ability of democracy to build and strengthen the country. Over the years, policies promoting participatory democracy and decentralization have led to more active involvement by local administrative bodies and civil society organizations in shaping and implementing national agendas. Like the citizens of other maturing democracies, Thais are increasingly taking part in public activities, enjoying the rights and freedom that come with democracy. And as true democracy takes form, such issues as good governance, accountability, transparency, and the rule of law are becoming more important, with independent regulatory agencies and the civil society playing an increasing role in the checks and balances of the public sector. Like the smile that always brightens a Thai face, Thailand's desire to create a full-fledged democracy has never wavered during the decades of political change that have passed since the first constitution was promulgated almost 80 years ago. Decade, Thailand has leapt ahead to become one of Asia's leaders in business, trade, and export. With its open economy, global connectivity, world-class infrastructure, and quality human resources, Thailand has developed into a leading hub for manufactured products, which now account for more than 40% of the country's gross domestic product.
Yeah, sorry to cut it short. We have the whole CD with the professor. So if you are interested, please go on. Yes. Okay, another one on the Thai armed forces. This one is a little bit shorter.
The Thai Defence Force has over the years been restructured and constantly modernized in its operation doctrine to correspond to the changing security environment through promulgation of Ministry of Defence Organisation Act 2008, stipulating that the Royal Thai Armed Forces is responsible for preparing forces, protecting the kingdom, and administering the use of military forces under the authority of the Ministry of Defence, with the Royal Thai Armed Forces headquarters as an organisation to command, control, administer and supervise the use of the armed services. The Royal Thai Army, the Royal Thai Navy and the Royal Thai Air Force prepare the forces and utilise existing resources to safeguard independence, sovereignty, security of the state, the monarchy institution, national interests and democratic system, with the king as head of the state, and for national development. Moreover, the role of protecting and honouring the monarchy institution is of great importance, in which the Royal Thai Armed Forces provides dedicated security and loyalty with its utmost ability. Regarding national defence, the Royal Thai Armed Forces, along with the Border Patrol Police Bureau under the operational control, have organised and deployed forces to protect national independence and sovereignty in peacetime, which is ready to readjust the degree of its operational levels to correspond to any kind of situations. Military command centres have been established at all levels to control and administer these services and Border Patrol Police Bureau's implementation so that national task forces can be thoroughly utilised. Preparation and modernisation of material for efficiency, enhancement of joint logistics and maintenance systems of the three services have been emphasised in order to achieve interoperability, as well as preparation of resources for all sectors concerned in compliance with the United Defence Strategy. Concerning internal security, as for the unrest in the southern border provinces, the Royal Thai Armed Forces has deployed personnel and material to support the implementation of the Internal Security Operations Command in solving the problems. The Royal Thai Armed Forces then established the Royal Development Projects and Security Coordination Centre to be responsible for planning, directing, coordinating and implementing the royally initiated projects and development for security projects, the aim of which is to coordinate plans and projects of the services and the Border Patrol Police Bureau in line with the Royal initiatives and the United Defence Strategy. The Royal Thai Armed Forces regards strengthening security cooperation as a significant mission in enhancing good relations with neighbouring and allied countries, as well as strengthening military cooperation. It has also sent troops to join in many peacekeeping operations missions and provided humanitarian assistance within the United Nations framework, both at regional and international organization levels. To date, there have been 16 such missions participated. In the era of globalization, security environment has changed and threats have become more varied with wider scope. To deal with these threats more efficiently, the Royal Thai Armed Forces needs to designate overall perspective direction of the armed forces, which are structure and administration improvement with modernization and flexibility to facilitate defense missions and other military operations in compliance with all kinds of threats, both present and future. Personnel capability development at all levels to increase knowledge and efficiency in performing any military undertakings, including improvement of personnel and their families' quality of life and morale for better performance. Modernization modernizing military equipment and technology system, as well as command and control system, to direct the service's operations in peacetime and in critical situations. Developing cooperation network with Ministry of Defense's organic units and establishing cooperation network with other governmental agencies, domestically and abroad, in order to synergize governmental and private sectors as well as countries' defense capabilities in joint operations. It is evident that the Royal Thai Armed Forces has performed its duties for national security and unity, as well as any undertakings in accordance to His Majesty the King's aspirations. That whether during peacetime or wartime, the Royal Thai Armed Forces is the armed forces of His Majesty and the Thai people. It is a perpetually honorable and dignified armed forces of the global community.
Okay, good.
Interesting, right? Alright, let me ask you a trivia question. You can answer it on Thursday. Which country is more modern? Thailand or the United States? Paul, you falling asleep?
No, sir.
Okay, if you give me the right answer, I might give you extra credit. On Thursday. Or Germany. We'll compare all three.
I'm wearing this hat right now. Hopefully I'll be wearing one of those. He's the Thai Army chief, the person I said most influential in Thailand. And I think he still is at the moment. The Thai Army has been evolving long in the past. We are very similar to other developing countries in the past. Before we have to admit that we are underdeveloped, but we are more pleased to use the word developing countries. We are now still developing, and along with that, since before we are bordered with many countries, and we always have problems in developing countries. The sense of sovereignty, the border, this and that is very important to us. If a foreigner, if say a Cambodian, a Lao, a Myanmar person would step across the borderline, he could get shot. That's how serious it is. You don't have that sense in the U.S. with Canada, but somewhat with Mexico borders. There's no sense like that in European countries, Western European countries, but before maybe with Eastern European countries. The army and the armed forces have been supporting the king. We've been the king's guards since a long time ago. The king, we used to have an absolute monarchy where the king and his staff would govern the whole country. And recently, a little bit less than 100 years ago, we changed to constitutional monarchy with the king as the head of the state, but he does not practice his power. So the whole country is run by the prime minister, who has his own cabinet and this and that. We have many parties, but a lot like we have also senator and house, a lot like the U.S., somewhat like the UK. So we, I guess, imitate from those who have been successful in the past. So the Thai army is now one of, yes, sir.
Can the king substitute the prime minister?
Can he? He will never do that. He does not have that authority. But for big decisions of the government, it has to be lastly at the final process endorsed or signed by the king. But the king does not get to see anything until it's in front of him, and he just signs it. All the time he would sign. He has his own advisor groups who would give him some recommendations, but most of the time these these men will not get involved with politics. He'll keep very neutral view. That has been done. That's been like this in the past. So the answer is he could not. He is the figurehead. He is the head of the state. He is very much symbolic. So we do a lot of things in Thailand. The army would do things not done by the U.S. Army or Western armies. We would sometimes have to step in and help out the policemen to. Sometimes we would help with the floods. I'm sure the National Guards would do something like this, but sometimes we have to help the policemen with the protesters, the mob that are getting out of hand and this and that. Sometimes people would be on the strike, and nobody would work for at the pay station on the tollway and so on. Army personnel would jump in. Sometimes some of them could run railways, in cases of emergency and so on. So we've done a lot of things. In fact, that is done. We don't do that on our own, but on the Constitution said the army is for a lot of things, and I'll show you a little bit later.
Okay.
National development, we build a lot of things. Many times along the border where where private companies don't risk their lives to do that, but we could do that because we have our own patrol, our own guards to do that. Many times in the past, roads along the border, buildings, and so on. So we did a lot of that. So we still are very highly regarded in Thailand, even though we have committed many coups. Coups in the past, Thai people, Thailand is the land of smile. People keep smiling, even when they are very angry, they're smiling. So you have to watch out for them. They could come after you smiling and kill you. I'm just kidding. But still, sometimes we forget things very fast. That's not. Sometimes that's not always the best thing. Coup, a lot of people don't like it, but many people in Thailand still consider coup the best means. Sometimes the government with management that is going in a very wrong direction, going downhill, the army will step in and readjust. Just say, okay, we do a new game. They won't be there for too long. Sometimes a year, sometimes less than that, and let another government come in. They don't stay in power too long. Many times, last time I spoke at SAIS, Johns Hopkins, I said military is the deterrent factor. So the government would have to work with not so much corruption. A lot of governments are, sometimes corrupted, but not not too much, you know. And if they'll be aware of the army that could step in. So sometimes that would keep the government work in the right direction. Yes.
Does when the army takes over government, does that affect the king?
No, the king stays. The king stays because he does not get involved. The king will resign only to pass on to his successor. Now we have the crown prince and also crown princess. We have two who are pretty much the same level of succession to the throne, but the prince will most likely get the job because you know the tradition of Asian countries, male almost you know we're still a male-dominated country still, even though women are getting more roles in society. Yes, sir.
So when the military involved in that kind of act, is it against, against the constitution, or the constitution allows the military to intervene? That is, did the military amend the constitution, or the constitution allows them to do that?
No, I don't think any constitution in the world would allow a coup. It doesn't.
That's what
it's just not. It is not right just to state that out. But after the coup, the constitutions many times were rewritten just to say the act of the coup was okay. It's tricky. Yeah, the new constitution would say, okay, you don't have to be responsible for what you did wrong. But many times the society will punish, will give pressure on the coup. If the coup is bloody, then a lot of people would, the head of the coup will also sometimes get decapitated. But if it's done successfully without any losses, it'll be okay, and the constitution rewritten say it's fine to have another constitution. Yes.
How is the Thai money in comparison to the U.S. dollar?
Now it's getting much stronger. We used to, well, it's up and down. Of course, we don't, not too stabilized. Before we had, it was about 31 baht to $1. Now it's 28, so it's getting stronger, and that would affect a lot of import, export, and also my salary. and just a quick of the local news. You know, our Armed Forces Day is very focused on pretty much the top, on the front page. That shows how the Thai military is still very on it. Again, we protect the nation. This is almost right off the Constitution. We would maintain international stability when countries get destabilized. We step in. We help out security forces like policemen. Let me finish this, please. And we also help with the development, especially when we would build something in dangerous areas where other people wouldn't dare to. We are also limited to some work that you know, sometimes we cannot compete with private entities because that's illegal, because we have less cost. Men in uniforms are paid by the government, and when they work, they don't have any, you know, they just get their salaries, and other business would have to pay, would have to rent equipment and so on when we have our own equipment, so we can do it half price. And if we do that every time, business, private business will go out of business. Yes, sir.
Was that Thailand population and what percentage of their budget will go to military?
Okay, we have 60 to 70 million people. 65, I would have to guess. Almost 6 to 10 million in Bangkok, the capital city itself. We have 300,000 in the army, and Navy and Air Force combined would be maybe another 200,000. Maybe the total would be 500,000 soldiers. So that is maybe how many percent out of?
No. What percentage of the budget, like
Thailand
okay. budget, will goes to the military?
Budget. I am not so sure, but the Ministry of Defense would get one of the top, one of the most budget in the country. I'm sorry. The top would be education, agriculture, interior. Interior is national, is policemen, is governors, those and this and that, and right perhaps and public health, and right after that is the Ministry of Defense. We have been we have been getting more because we have trouble with some insurgency down south, closer to Malaysia border, and also we have currently dispute with Cambodia along the eastern border. So that makes sense that why we get more recently. We get approximately 30,000, 1 billion, 10 billion each year for the army. That does not seem too much, but in the Thai money, that's quite a bit.
How old is the youngest person that, how old is the youngest person that joined the military?
It's mandatory service for people at 18 or above. They would have to register when they are 18, but they are called when they are about 20. If they have no high education, for example, if they junior high school, they drop out of school, they will be soldier, privates, drafted privates for 2 years. But if they have higher education, for example, if they have, they could extend, if they are studying, they could come in when they are maybe 24, when they finish their bachelor degree, and that's when they have to do service for 6 months and so on, and something in between a year and a half, so between half a year to 2 years. For service academy cadets, they already serve, so they don't have to be privates in the armed forces. But and also NCO, non-commissioned officer schools, they will graduate and become sergeants, corporal sergeants, and so on. So, they don't have to be privates.
So doesn't the process of getting to what's the highest? What is the highest rank?
Oh, okay. NCOs go different. They have like corporal ranks, first corporal, and then they have sergeants, master sergeants, and then senior master sergeants, I think.
It's kind of set up like the United States rank structure.
The officers, commissioned officers are a lot like the U.S., but non-commissioned officers are not so much alike. They in the U.S. Army, you have a person in charge of the whole NCO Corps, the Sergeant Major of the Army, who is very powerful. Who he stands right next to the Army Chief Staff, the first person in the Army. But in Thailand, all the sergeants, no matter how old they are, they only start with senior master sergeant, and they always want to become a lieutenant, a second lieutenant, the lowest rank in the officers' corps. The officers' corps from lieutenant, second lieutenant, first lieutenant, captain, major, lieutenant colonel, senior colonel, where I am, that's 07, and then it's a major general, 2-star general, lieutenant general, and general. So they're like 10 or
So you
1
can
to
go
10.
further, you can become a higher, you can become a higher rank?
Yeah, yeah.
So would you have, how long does it take for, I guess, depending on, how long does it take?
Depending
to
on
become
each step, regularly 2 to 3 years. I've been in this position, this rank for a little bit, but I cannot get promoted because I'm with this position, with this rank until when I go back. Hopefully by the time I go, I could be promoted when I go back, but hopefully I'll get that, but not very likely because I'm too fast, so I have to wait for other people as well. Too fast sometimes it's not very well liked. Unlike here, I guess you respect the fast track people. In Thailand, sometimes you have to be very you have to blend in the society. Even though I've been here so long, when I go back, Thai people would hate those who came back from the U.S. and would speak half English and half Thai. Sometimes that's not very well liked. So I have to keep very low key, very moderate temper, posture, and so on to climb up the rank. Hopefully, when you doctors, and you're all done with your education and work, I would rise to some good position, and you are welcome to come to Thailand and say, okay, you used to give the lecture on Thai armed forces and so on. I have some cards, so if anyone would be interested, please come see me. Other than that, like I told you, we did a lot of things. When the reason why we got to do a lot of things because nobody else could. We are very disciplined. We live together. We could be deployed all together, very decisive. So we follow orders and we go very quick to do things, this and that. Other people cannot do that. So many times we are responsible for other government mission. Drugs, illegal immigrants, patrol, and so on. The Army is organized to headquarters. I've been there. Tactical units, I've been with the combat engineer, responsible for demining unit along Thai-Cambodian border. So I dug up mines and take care of them. I've been to combat support because I've been to construction engineer battalion where I built a lot of buildings, roads. Logistics, I've been responsible for logistics of the 1st Army area, and I'll show you where it is a little bit later. Development, engineers, Army engineers is primarily responsible for development of the country since the past, very much like the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, because they are the pioneer of a lot of things you have nowadays, internet, this and that. Education training, I've been teaching at the Thai Academy, I've been giving lectures to other people at the Thai universities and so on. And what's this?
Just move it.
What command? Give me, help me. What command you need?
Just drag it.
I'll drag it out. Okay. Okay, that's what it is, area command unit. So I'll get to that in 1 minute, area command. We have fighting units, infantry.
Okay.
It will take all day to explain what they are, but they are the ones with rifles, running with bayonets, the knife, and try to kill each other by shooting or stabbing. Cavalry, the tanks. Special forces, field artillery, the big guns, air defense, trying to shoot down incoming artillery or aircraft, so on. Support units, local military forces. Now, that's Thailand. Thailand in white, surrounding country, Cambodia, Vietnam. We don't have border with Vietnam, but Laos, yes, Myanmar, Burma, and down here is Malaysia. So the command units, regional units, we have 4 army areas. I used to work with the first army area responsible for the central part of Thailand, but we have others as well. Second for the northeast, third for the north, and 4th army area for the for the southern part of Thailand. So basically, we draw a line saying who is responsible for what. Almost like the U.S. forces, but the difference is the U.S. would have a map of the world and say, okay, Pacific Command, Southern Command, African Command, Central Command, and so on. But we are just drawing a picture of Thailand, nothing outward. That's pretty much the Thai armed forces, especially the Thai army. Might run out of time. I guess I would be here for further questions, unless other people, I guess, would be up to Dr. Ivanov to stay, or if you got to run to other classes.
Okay, one more question, Paul.
What's the major difference between the Thai armed forces and the United States armed forces?
Difference? Well, we're much smaller. We have less
organizationally,
organization. We, in fact, I didn't have enough time to get there, but we have the country have. This year we celebrate 180 years of relationship. But military to military, male to male relationship, we've been there together for 60 or so years. At the beginning, the U.S. would help out a lot to set up battalions. So battalions is a group of 3 companies. The company is like 100 or so soldiers. So in a battalion at the beginning, you have one of your liaison officer to help. In fact, if you look at the barracks in Thailand, it looks just like your old barracks in the U.S. Look the same, but it's all ancient to you, and you build new ones. But we sometimes still use this barracks, and they look almost the same when you step into a Thai military base, almost. And we have a lot of the same concepts. The concepts of three platoon in each company, 3 companies in each battalion, 3 battalions in a regiment, and so on. We adopt a lot of your doctrines, the U.S. doctrines, so we are very similar. But the difference, we were talking about the difference, is that we do more because the U.S. Armed Forces is restricted to certain jobs. You have other units to do other things, but sometimes we cannot find any officials or any private entities to do that. So, like I said, we do drugs, we do illegal immigrants, while in the U.S. you have other DIA, Homeland Security, and so on to do. But in Thailand, we cannot find anyone else to do. So the armed forces take more prominent roles and step into more of the daily activities of other people. We are more in percentage also. Maybe 1%, some like 1 or 2% compared to less than that in the U.S.
Last question.
With a lot of Asian countries doing nuclear weapons, is Thailand part of that country?
We don't have anything. We used to have an experiment for peace atomic for peace, for energy, that leaked. So that created a lot of problems. So we are very scared. So it will take a long time for us to get another nuclear power plant. It's not for. It's nothing for what do you call?
So not earthquakes over there.
Somewhat. Yeah, somewhat in certain parts. So that also prevents us from doing this. But we are not one of those threats to trying to get nuclear weapons.
Well, with that, guys, I have to wrap it up this session. And I'll give you one last fact about Thailand. And when you graduate from a university in Thailand, do you know where you're getting your diploma from?
U.S.
You're actually getting your diploma from the king. Actually, the king hands you the diploma and shakes your hand from every single university. Education is highly valued in Thailand. With that, I'd like to thank our speaker, Defense Attaché Senior Colonel Saranyu, for presentation. And with that, there will be a lottery, and I think all of you will be invited to Thailand fully paid. Thank you very much. If you have questions, please come and ask. And again, thanks.
And there's a business card if anyone would like to.
Simon, thanks for coming.
Like that. Just make it.